Diekirch town. In the middle of the Nordstadt, nestled between the Hart, Goldknapp, Zeitert, and Herrenberg hills, lies the town of Diekirch on the banks of the Sûre River. With a total of 4 museums, as well as the oldest house of worship of Luxembourg, the old Saint Laurent Church, it offers, in particular history and culture lovers, a diverse range of activities. The historic center of the Old Town with Luxembourg's first pedestrian zone invites you to stroll or relax on one of many terraces. Diekirch's mascot, the donkey, can be found at every corner of the town. Diekirch City Park is a linear park located in the city of Diekirch in Luxembourg. The park stretches along both banks of the Sûre River, from the southwestern border of the municipality at Ingeldorf to the northeastern border at Gilsdorf. The park, which is about 100 meters wide and about 1.5 kilometers long, contains monuments, public art, and the Embankment Nature Discovery Park. The city park is freely accessible all year round. The Sauer-Radweg cycle path runs through it. The Decanal Church in Diekirch. The St. Lawrence Church was built in 1867/68 on the site of a former Franciscan monastery church, 1673 to 1796. A stele, a vestige of the ruins of the Franciscan monastery, and a pieta, created by Achtermann, 1799 to 1884, can be seen inside. Discover life-size dioramas that sensitively depict the battles and lives of soldiers during the Second World War and explore the impressive collection of over 100,000 military artifacts. What did soldiers and civilians have to endure during the Battle of the Bulge in the Second World War? Using life-size dioramas, the Military Museum in Diekirch shows realistic scenes from the lives of soldiers in wartime and reconstructs the battles in the surrounding area. In close cooperation with hundreds of veterans from both sides, as well as countless civilian contemporary witnesses, the emotions as well as cautionary memories of the war generation have been preserved for decades in the form of 50 unique dioramas, tens of thousands of exhibits, and the museum's extensive archives. 50 vehicles from both sides are also an integral part of the exhibition. Another important museum section is dedicated to the Luxembourg Army. Its history is shown with countless exhibits, photos, and documents. Each period is clearly explained with the respective infantry equipment, uniforms, weapons, vehicles, dioramas of operations.
In a land of olive trees and ancient tales, where history is written on every stone, there was a cry that echoed through the valley, piercing hearts with sorrow tones.
Children's laughter now, a memory lost. Dusty roads where whispers mourn the past. Bridges burned and dreams are left discarded in shadows of the conflict's ghastly cast. War's lament in every tear that falls, endless nights and haunted calls. Hope is buried deep beneath the ruins. the glow can't heal the fright. Echoes carried by the wind's cold breath speak of love that's grieved to death. Fields that once were green, now barren lands. Broken cities where the empty stands. Faded memories of peace and laughter, lost in the echoes of the laughter. War's lament in every tear that falls. Endless nights and haunted calls. Hope is buried deep beneath the ruins. Silence speaks of what was once a haven. Fields that once were green, now barren lands. Broken cities where the empty stands. Fading memories of peace and laughter, lost in the echoes of the rafter.
In a land of olive trees and ancient tales, where history is written on every stone, there was a cry that echoed through the valley, piercing hearts with sorrow tones.
Children's laughter now a memory lost. Dusty roads where whispers mourn the past. Bridges burn and dreams are left discarded in shadows of the conflict's ghastly cast. War's laments in every tear that falls. Endless nights and haunted calls. Hope is buried deep beneath the ruins. Silence speaks of what was once a haven. Stars still shine above the solemn nights, yet their glow can't heal the fright. Echoes carried by the wind's cold breath speak of love that's grieved to death. Fields that once were green, now barren lands. Broken cities where the empty stands. Faded memories of peace and laughter, lost in the echoes of the laughter. War's lament in every tear that falls. Endless nights and haunted calls. Hope is buried deep beneath the ruins. Silence speaks of what was once a haven. Streets that once were green, now barren lands. Broken cities where the empty stands. Fading memories of peace and laughter, lost in the echoes of the rafter.
Bonjour.
Explore the Diekirch History Museum, which has been open since 2011. Immerse yourself in the fascinating history of the town, from prehistoric artifacts to current events, all presented in an exciting way. In the center of the historic old town of Diekirch, a museum reveals the secrets of the town's past. You can see exciting historic discoveries, such as an ancient Roman mosaic, and find out what archaeologists, historians, and geologists have studied here. From the mysteries of faith to urban phenomena. It's definitely also worth making a detour to the nearby St. Lawrence Church, which dates back to the 7th century. The town's mascot is a donkey, and in the pedestrian zone, you'll find the Donkey Fountain, from which beer flows on special occasions.
Moyenne.
The National Conservatory of Historic Vehicles is not just any museum. It showcases the history of the automobile and motorized land transport in general, dating back to the late 19th century. The former Jean Wagner car factory in Diekirch, which houses the collections, is the ideal location for this conservatory, as it represents a unique architectural and technical heritage site that dates back to the early days of the automobile industry in Luxembourg. car museum flows smoothly into the Diekirch Beer Museum and then back into the car museum. It's just all in one building.
Walking down the street, feeling the sound, tech house music got me grooving around. The bass line hits, it's a dance-inducing treat. Got that rhythm in my feet, I can't help but walk to the beat. The DJ's spinning tracks, the crowd's going wild, hands in the air, feeling the vibe so high. The bass drops heavy, hits me right in the chest. I'm moving to the music, feeling so blessed. Walking, walking, walking to the beat. Tech house music got me moving my feet. No need to sit and wait, just join the flow. Let the bassline guide you. Let your body go. Oh yeah. Let your body go. Oh yeah. Walking down the street, feeling the sound, tech house music got me grooving around. The bass line hits, it's a dance-inducing treat. Got that rhythm in my feet, I can't help but walk to the beat. The DJ's spinning tracks, the crowd's going wild, hands in the air, feeling the vibe so high. The bass drops heavy, hits me right in the chest.